attribute to the offensive struggles the past few weeks?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of fundamentals, techniques, losing some things at the point of attack, some one-on-one matchups. And then we just got to keep on working all our guys. There's guys that are stepping into different roles and making sure they're in the right spots.
When Russell Wilson came through this building on a visit, did you get a chance to spend any time with him, and how was that?
Yeah, I did. I did spend a little bit of time with him during that process.
How was that?
Yeah, I've known him for a while now. Former Big Ten guy, so and obviously following his career in Seattle, he's very productive and Super Bowl winning quarterback. So, but again, I've known him for a while.
Thanks. How do you block TJ Watt?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think that's a challenge that everyone's had. It's a challenge, that we've certainly talked about as a staff, and our guys are fully aware of where he's going to be on every play, and you just got to have a plan. Build that into your plan. Build that into the schemes that you want to present in both the run game and the pass game. TJ is one. They got Hayward on the other side. Highsmith. They got a bunch of guys on the front, and really at every level, they have a playmaker. So, we got to make sure we're convicted with or very convicted in what we want to do schematically, and then go out there and execute.
Like when you played quarterback, when you're a quarterback and you get either benched or taken out of a game, when you go back in the next time, is that a challenge? Is there a different mental process you go through as a QB to prepare yourself after that disappointment or whatever you want to call it?
Yeah, I've certainly had that experience as a young quarterback in college. I think for me personally, it was it motivated me to be better, motivated me to do whatever I can to help the team, and then so whenever I got my chance back, to take advantage of those opportunities.
How do you avoid thinking in the back of your head, hey, I'm on a short leash now. I have to make sure I don't make a mistake, otherwise I'll be on the bench again.
I'd say that's every person handles those things differently. I know when I was in that situation as a player, I just went right back to work. Went back to my principles and how I attack it, studying, prepping, trying to find things that I can improve on, and then trying to find a way to help the team, whether it's the starter or the backup.
What is that kind of?
That's how I handle this.
What did you say to Daniel?
Well, we had talks obviously after the game. We talk about it with all our players and what we can do better. Any of those meetings, just going to be private between us and how we're going to handle it.
I was wondering if you gave him similar advice, like, hey, this is how I handle this.
Yeah, Daniel, all those discussions on how we handle things are all kind of kept in house. And Daniel, and like I said, everybody handles them differently. And so, however Daniel handled that, I'm sure he's going to handle it like a pro, like he always does.
What do you think makes Drew a good backup?
Drew's, obviously he's done it. He's played quarterback in this league. Drew's, had a bunch of starts, and he started as a young player, was able to come in and be productive. We see it on tape, and then we see it in practice, how he performs in practice. So, he's done a nice job.
From an outside perspective, it'd be hard for anybody to look at what you guys are doing and say that you have confidence in Evan Neal, because it seems like anything to not put Evan Neal on the field. So you've seen him, Brasillo obviously is just working with him. You've seen him in the past 2 years. Do you see a guy who's getting better?
We do. Yeah, we do. We do because, we see it in practice. And he got back, coming off the injury and all that, and kind of getting back into the flow of things. We see it in practice. We see it in individual. And, we watch those things and try to detail up whatever we can to help him improve.
How confident are you if he has to get on the field, Mike?
I'm confident. I'm confident of it. Yeah, absolutely.
There is, seemingly an opportunity here with the injuries that have happened. Is it one of those things where, like you said, I guess you're confident with him, but how much has he kind of progressed, since the injury and since he's been back in practice?
Yeah, each day he's going to continue to get a little bit better each day. I think that's what we're looking for, just consistent improvement, whether it's his feet, his set, staying square, the punch, the finish, downfield with the run blocking stuff, all the just core fundamentals that we talk about.
Davis said after the game that he thought he was open quite a bit, and I think Dable even agreed with him that he was open quite a bit. When you're Daniel and you're feeling that, when you're feeling as much pressure as he was feeling in that game, how do you marry those two things together? Like, how, if he's open, can you just get him the ball real quick, or because the pressure is coming, it's hard even if a guy is open?
I don't want to speak for Daniel on this, but I think,
I'm just saying from your experience quarterbacking and calling plays.
yeah, I mean, I think everyone, when you look at the offense, it's not just one person. It's 11-man operation. I can't stress that enough. And so everyone's got to be on the same page. Downfield, at each position group, the O-line, the protection, the routes, the depth of the routes, all those type of things. And so it's got to be so precise for things to happen and work out. And so we just got to continue to improve those things.